Alright, so to do some light testing, there is a fence that is 10 yards away and tree line that is 30 yards away. The first light we're going to be testing is a Streamlight Microstream. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the lens right next to the front of the camera with every shot, point it directly at the fence like there, and we will judge. Okay, so this is 35 lumens, and on camera you can see each section of fence is 6 feet. So you can see the 6-foot section right here in front of me. Can't really see the trees at all behind, but to the eye I can see them. And either side, can't really see anything a whole lot. Maybe 2 or 3 feet on either side. So that's a Streamlight Microstream, 35 lumens. Okay, the next light we have up is a 511 pen light. This is the 2 battery model. This is 90 lumens. We're going to do the same thing. Right in the middle, as you can see, it's definitely brighter. We're shine it right there. Now you can maybe start to see the tree line back there a little bit. Alright, so right there on that same 6-foot piece of fence, you're looking at, I can actually see the majority of, majority of the fence line. But the hotspot itself is just about as wide as we could see in the last one, period. So with that, I would say it's probably no wider than the last one. Maybe, if so, maybe it's 4 foot on either side as opposed to 2 foot on either side. So again, that's the 511 pen light, the 2 battery version. Okay, now we get up into our first weapons light. This one is an NC Star light and laser combo, and this is 120 lumens, and you can see it's got a real defined hotspot. This camera does a really good job at bringing everything out, but you can see the tree line behind here. That's a 30 yards, and there's other stuff back there. I'd say those there are probably 45 or 50 yards away. A real good defined hotspot. So again, shining at the fence, you can really start to see around these areas. I mean, you can see on either side you've got maybe 12. I mean, you can really see everything, right? So 6 foot here, there's 6, 12, etc. So it's got a pretty good spill, but primarily this is a hotspot. I can tell you with the naked eye, it extends 6, 12, maybe 14 feet, 15 feet on either side, and that's just with the naked eye. Okay, next up we have a Walmart light. This is just a standard household flashlight. Everybody's got one of these thereabouts. This one is 350 lumens and a very, very defined hotspot, but it has good diffusion. Now, I say diffusion, what do I mean by that is it's not such a defined hotspot as the last one, but it's significantly brighter in that area. It just doesn't have almost those rings that you could see in the last one. So as I look here, you can see the tree behind. Very, very good distance. Again, you get a full 50, maybe even 60 yards out of it. With the naked eye, I can see much further. I could probably see 120 or so yards with it. But here on camera, you can see the spill really isn't that great. Again, it's just a household flashlight, I guess designed for like backyard use or something. But with the naked eye, my little ring here that you can kind of see at the bottom, well, actually you can kind of see the ring there. As I bring it down, that falls about 10, 12 feet. Yeah, 12 feet on either side of this hotspot in the middle. So that's, again, this Walmart flashlight rated at 350 lumens. Next up, we have an Inforce WML. This is the light that I have on my AR-15. And the reason I had this one on the AR-15 is because it's rugged, it's strong, it's got a protection kind of thing that flips up in the back so you don't accidentally activate it if you don't want to. With the AR, I wanted something that was going to be a little hotter, a little more of a spot than a spill, and this kind of does the trick for me. As you can see above, I can see that tree at 30 yards just fine. I can see, well, on camera maybe not, but I can see the other trees at 50 yards just fine with the naked eye. And my spill that I'm getting outside of this hotspot is 18 18-ish feet, 612, yeah, 18 feet, 3 sections of fence on either side. So it's got pretty good spill on this light. This is 400 lumens, which is the same as the Olight. So let's move over to the Olight now. Okay, the Olight PL Mini, 400 lumens, there you go. Not nearly as defined a hotspot, although it appears so on camera. I can tell you again, to the naked eye, it does a lot more in terms of spill than any other light to this point. And man, it really just brightens everything up. Tree at 30 yards, you can see perfectly fine, and the trees back there at 50. I don't know if you can see them on camera. I can see them to the naked eye just fine. If I had to take a shot at it, I could. I can identify that target at 50 yards, but again, this 30 yards in, I would say it would be perfect. This spot, unlike the Enforce, is much brighter. The hot spot itself isn't necessarily a hot spot. You can see how much wider that is. It covers, I would say, maybe 8 feet at 10 yards. Actually, probably more like 10 feet at 10 yards here. 6 foot of fence and maybe 2 feet on either side, 3 feet on either side. So it's about a 10-foot width. Now, the spill, I mean, look at how, I don't know if this is going to show up on camera very well, but this spill is so vast. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of fence on either side, so that's 24 feet, thereabouts. It's got tremendous spill. Again, let's compare that to the Enforce. I'll shut the Olight Mini off, turn the Enforce on. There's the Enforce, WML. There's the PL Mini. WML, PL Mini. The WML looks brighter, but it's just got a more defined hotspot than the PL Mini does. It's the same lumens, different candela though, I'm sure. So, PL Mini, WML. The last one we have to test is the Olight S1 Baton. This is my EDC light, and I absolutely love this light. So, on its highest setting, 500 lumens. That's 500 lumens. Now, it does not have nearly the spill as the PL Mini. In fact, I can tell you, you can kind of see this on camera here, but what I see to the naked eye is my hotspot is about all the spill that I'm actually getting. So it's not a hot spot. If I bring this down here, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. The tree at 30 yards, just fine. Beyond that, ooh, I wouldn't be able to identify anything, I'd say, past 35 yards, 40 yards. Not with any kind of accuracy anyway. This one here is my EDC light, and that's really what I use it for. That's all it is. You got a decent spotlight, but other than that, I wouldn't be using this for anything long distance. Compare that 500 lumen light here, S1 Baton, to the PL Mini, and you can see the difference. So this has a more defined hotspot, even though it's not really a true hotspot, but it's got tremendous spill, which again is what I'm looking for in a pistol light, is something that will give good spill really, really close. Because in a situation where I need to identify a target, or I'm going to be using my handgun, I'm probably going to be more close quarters, and the downside of having a weapons mounted light is you need to point the light at what you want to identify. Well, with this, I don't necessarily have to do that. I can point it low and away and still be able to identify that that is a fence right there, or that that is a tree, etc. So, PL Mini, 400 lumens, S1 Baton, 500 lumens. Okay, so same thing inside. This wall here is about 7 yards away. Streamlight Microstream, 35 lumens. Next one up, 511 pen light, 2 battery version, 90 lumens. Next up is a weapons light by NC Star, light laser combo. This is 120 lumens. Next up is the Walmart light, 350 lumens. Next up, Enforce WML, 400 lumens. Next up, the PL Mini Valkyrie, 400 lumens. Last, the S1 Baton, 500 lumens. So again, I want to draw your attention back to the spill. We'll go with the WML 400 lumens. Notice how you can kind of see the corners up there in the ceiling. And if I shut that off and turn on the Olight, you can see how much brighter it is just to the eye. It appears to have brightened up the whole room. It's got much better spill. You can really see the hotspot difference with these two. How it's more diffused. That's the WML. That's the Olight PL Mini.